Good afternoon. Thanks for tuning in. I normally do a live broadcast, but today I'm not going to do a message out of the Bible. I simply want to share some personal feelings and thoughts about tomorrow, the holiday in the United States called Memorial Day. And this is really inspired from an encounter I had yesterday as my daughter and I were leaving a medical appointment. The front desk person was pleasant, didn't do anything wrong, but as we're leaving said to Izzy and I, "Have a happy Memorial Day." And Izzy, being the polite young lady that she is, good Marine, said, "Thank you, you too." Well, the receptionist then looked at me with anticipation of me saying something back, and I tried to engage my filter and just say what was expected. But this day and what it represents is so powerful, and it means too much to me to just let it go. And you may be thinking, let what go? Here's what it is. Memorial Day is not a day to celebrate with joy that day. And it has turned into that. People love the 3-day weekend and the time to get together, and I'm glad for that. But what I said to the receptionist was, be happy about the sorrow and sacrifice and the death of people who died in the service of the U.S. military. I don't know if I can do that. And my daughter gave me a look. And she didn't say much, but I knew what she was getting at, that I was maybe not exactly polite. And I wasn't. I was direct. Not angry, but just saying I don't think I can be happy about that. Because Memorial Day isn't about, it's not a joyful thing in the way we might celebrate the birth of our nation or our freedom on the 4th of July, or Christmas where we celebrate the birth of Jesus. It's a day to remember that men and women of the United States of America who were in the United States military, whether it was the United States Marine Corps, the United States Army, the United States Navy, the United States Air Force, the U.S. Coast Guard, and various different services, and their families paid a price so that not just you and I could enjoy freedom, but people in other nations. And we could argue about the validity of wars and military actions. Again, not what this day is about. People actually did die in the service of their country, in the service of freedom. And they paid the ultimate price. And their families, their loved ones, also paid a high price. I'm not sure which is easier or harder to do, to die in the service of freedom, or to suffer the loss for the rest of your life of one you love as they died in the service of freedom. Either way, it's a day of sorrow. It's a day of remembrance, and a day to honor these people, the ones who died and their families. And some of those families are still around today. Gold Star families. And it would be good to remember them, if only in our prayers, but also through practical acts of kindness, acts of remembrance, and acknowledgement of what they have endured. So tomorrow, well, I'll tell you what, tonight, consider what you can do tomorrow. There are probably memorial services in whatever city you live in. They'll be at, sometimes they're at cemeteries, sometimes they're at other places. I encourage you to find one and attend it. And if you can't do that, perhaps go to a military cemetery, or go to any cemetery and find the graves of those who served. You'll see the gravestones, and it'll say that they served and died in war. It's something you can do to remember. That's what that day is all about, what tomorrow is all about. is remembering all those who served and died in the service of their country and in the service of freedom. And another thing, a lot of them died trying to protect and save the lives of their fellow soldiers to the left of them and to the right of them. And most of the people I know who have served in combat said that's why they could fight, is their love for their brother or their sister, depends. It's usually men, but don't get hung up on that, please. Tomorrow, please remember what they did. Whether you ever meet a Gold Star family or not, we stand as people free in the United States upon the sacrifice and the shed blood of those people and the sorrow that their deaths created for their families and their loved ones. Don't forget that. Freedom is never, ever free. And these people paid the highest price they can pay for it. That's what tomorrow is about. That's what Memorial Day is about to me. Why I couldn't say, yeah, thank you, have a happy Memorial Day. Have a good one. And enjoy your freedom. And remember the people who are part of the reason that we have that. God bless you all. God bless the United States of America. God bless the people of the world. Bye-bye.